Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lutfina Faisal. My last registration number is 34. I'm from TBIA. Okay, I will read a book entitled Teaching ESL Reading and Writing from Nation. Chapter 1. Extensive reading. Extensive study of reading text can be means of increasing learner knowledge of language feature and their control of reading strategies. It can also improve their comprehension skill. It fits into the language-focused learning stand of course. The classic procedure for intensive reading is the grammar translation approach, where the teaching works with the learners, using the first language to explain the meaning of the text, sentence by sentence. Based on suitable text and following useful principle, this can be very useful procedure as long as the only part of the reading program and complement by another language focused learning and by extensive reading for language development and extensive reading for fluency development. At this work, extensive reading focus on comprehension of particular text with no thought being given to whether the future studies in this will be useful when reading another text, such as extensive reading usually involves translation and thus comprehension of the text. So, one of goal extensive reading may be comprehension of the text. The use translation makes sure that learners understand, and when the learners do some the translation themselves, is allow the teacher to check whether to the understand. Extensive reading may also have another goal, and that is the determine what language feature would get attention in the course. That is, language feature that are focused on the that's become the language syllabus for the course. This has several positive aspects. First, the language feature as the communicative context of the text. The text can be used to show how the language feature contributes to the communicative purpose of the text, and this can be good preparation for subsequent writing activities. Second, using feature in this way is likely to avoid the interference between vocabulary item to grammatical feature that can occur when topic center syllabus design is used. There are also negative aspects to letting text determine the language feature of a course. First, the feature giving attention to may be an uncontrolled mixture of useful and not very useful items. There is high frequency and low frequency vocabulary, frequent grammatical item, and very infrequent or irregular grammatical item might get equal attention. Second, the topic of the text determine the silence of the item. The teaching gets direct toward this text rather than what will be useful in a rest of the text. After I read it, I can conclude. Yang pertama yaitu pengantar dan prinsip dasar. Itu mengenalkan prinsip-prinsip dasar dalam metode pengajaran dan membaca. Yang kedua, input berfokus pada makna, yaitu menjelaskan bagaimana teknik metode membaca dan mendengarkan dalam satu pemahaman pesan. Yang ketiga yaitu output dalam berfokus pada makna, yaitu membahas produksi bahasa melalui menulis dan berbicara dan pemahaman pesan dari orang lain. Yang keempat itu pemahaman berfokus pada bahasa, yaitu menguraikan perhatian, terarah dan fitur bahasa yang digabungkan dalam teknik metode membaca dan menulis dan mendengarkan. Yang kelima yaitu mengembangkan kefasihan, yaitu menyoroti pentingnya teknik metode membaca melalui berbagai kegiatan dan latihan. Kesimpulannya yaitu buku ini menggabungkan 4 elemen yang terdapat dalam buku ini yang disusun untuk program pembelajaran bahasa yang mencapai keseimbangan yang optimal. Guru didorong untuk menggunakan berbagai teknik pengajaran yang mudah yang diterapkan dalam buku ini. Tujuannya adalah agar pembaca atau guru memahami isi dalam buku Teaching ESL Reading and Writing, serta melihat bagaimana kegiatan ini cocok atau tidaknya dalam program yang lebih besar. Sekian yang dapat saya sampaikan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.